Alright, hello guys, welcome to my channel, Mr. Ade Ario Bet Predict, the channel that try to give you guys the best betting strategy, betting prediction, and some correct score. Alright, in today's video, we are not looking into correct score or any other thing much like that. We are looking into some betting tips and strategy. Actually, these particular strategies are strategies that I often teach my VIP members for our masterclass tutorial group. But it has now been something that people are no more using when it comes to using of handicap and the home team over 0.5 goals betting strategy. I think people are not really paying much attention to that anymore, because one thing about these two strategies is just that they don't offer big odds as many people always want. In order for you to accumulate a very big odds quickly like that, it is not that very easy with these particular two strategies. But trust me guys, this particular strategies happens to be a strategy that you can use for consistent winning. Actually, the strategy was devised for high stakers, because when you stake high, you'll be expecting more of high accuracy and good outcomes of your game, our predictions. So if you look at these particular games very well, you can see that most of it are of handicap peak, and most of it come out well. At this mean that some of it were predicted as double chance the games would have lost. So the purpose of handicap is just to save your tickets, to save your predictions, because we all know that in sports betting, most especially football, basketball, and any other sports games, anything can happen. Teams that are expected to win a game based on the stats, teams that are very good, they are like in a perfect form. Sometimes they can lose their game because of just tiny factors that can influence the game. So now, in today's particular video, I'm going to talk about these two strategies, but I'll be focusing more on just one. Alright, so I want you guys to pay attention to details in this particular video from the beginning to the end, and make sure that you're not skipping any part of this particular video. Alright, so the strategy that we'll be looking into first happens to be the home team over 0.5 goals. Home team over 0.5 goal. Actually, this particular strategy sometimes can give you a very big odds, and sometimes the odd may not be much, depending on the high probability of the team that you are predicting as home team to predict as over 0.5 goals. Depends on their form and the high probability of them winning the game. For example, in this particular game, we all know that the odd, as you can see, the odd for the home team here, which happens to be Arsenal, is very very small, and the bookmakers are expecting the home team to win this particular game. And also, if you check their home team over 0.5 odd, it will be very very small. So if you have games like games that having home team maybe odd of 2 to win the game, and the away team is having something like odd of 2 or odd of 3 to win the game. But if you check the factors in the start, and you realize that these particular factors meet the analysis of the home team over 0.5 goals, trust me, you are going to get a very big odds for that particular market. Now, these are the things that you need to look into when you want to predict your home team over 0.5 goals betting strategy. So I've been doing some personal tutorial with some of our members for the past few months now, based on these particular strategies, and I realized that people are not really using it, because it can be very stressful, and when it comes to looking for games using these particular factors, it can be very very stressful. So if you don't have the strong will, enough strong will to win games, you will just give up and pick the wrong games. So this is what's always happening when it comes to predicting this particular strategy. And if you try it after watching this video, you will note that it is not easy to make money in betting. And if you want to make it, then you have to dedicate and sacrifice. Now, if you look at this very well, we have the home team form here, and we have the away team form, and also we have their head to head that speak about the last 5 previous meeting against each other. So the only thing that you just need to look into, based on my theory and my findings, and my generalization on it, if you look at it very well, just look at the last 5 games that the home team played while playing at home. And if you are to look at it, most of their games were played away against Chelsea, Inter, Newcastle, and Preston. But the only one that you can see here that they played at home was against Liverpool. And how many goals were they able to score in that particular match? They were able to score 2 goals, right? So this is one thing that you need to look into. If you want to predict home team over 0.5 goals, just look into the last 5 games, and in that last 5 games, check those games that they played at home. If they didn't play any games at home, probably maybe in this particular match they played against Liverpool at away, just make sure that you avoid the game. So the purpose of playing home team over 0.5 goals is because many teams always have this advantage of performing so well while playing at home. And when it comes to predicting home team over 0.5 goals, you have to check the last 5 games and their performance while playing at home, and see if at least they were able to score 2 goals comfortably. At least 2 goals. If they score 1 goal, don't play the game. 2 goals shows that they have this attacking ability to score goals very well. That is it. So now we are able to see that in all their last 5 games, at least they played 1 game at home and they were able to score 2 goals at least. Now, if you look at the head-to-head against this particular current opponent, which happens to be Nottingham Forest, and look into it in the last 5 games that they've played against Nottingham Forest, and out of the last 5 games, how many games were they able to play? How many games were they did they play at home? And we have one, we have two. Okay, I think they just played 2 games in the last 5 games against Nottingham Forest, and in those 2 games, look into the total number of goals that they've scored and see if they were able to score at least 2 goals in that last previous game. So if you look at this very well, in this particular match, the game ended up as a 2-1. They were able to score 2 goals comfortably, and if you look at this also, they were able to score 5 goals clean. So now this shows that this particular team at home, they are able to, they are very good. They can perform well while at home against this particular current opponent. Now, when it comes to predicting who to win this particular game, is not my concern in this particular video. But when it comes to who to score in this particular game, it is very very clear and obvious based on the stats and the analysis. The home team in this particular game should have at least a goal in this particular match. Now, moving on to another game. Alright, so in this particular game, just make sure that the minimum goal scored while playing at home against other opponents is just at least 2 goals. So we have 3-2 here, we have 3-3 here, and it shows that they were able to score 3 goals comfortably in those games. Now, moving on to their head-to-head again. Let us check the games that they played at home. Okay, they played at home here. They played at home here. All right. In the last 5 games against their current opponent, they were able to play 2 games at home, and the game ended up in 2-0, 2-0. So surely in this particular game, nothing concerns you with what they played in the last game, maybe while playing away or something like that. What concerns you is what I just illustrated to you guys right now. They played 2-0 in the last 2 games while playing at home against this particular current opponent, and it has qualified to be predicted as home team over 0.5 goals. They may now end up losing this particular match, I don't know, but in this particular game, the home team is expected to score at least a goal in this particular match. So same thing goes to this particular match under the Netherlands League, and if you guys can search for games and follow this particular step, trust me, if it happens to be high staker, you are going to enjoy this particular strategy. If it happens to be someone that does not always want to look for big odds like 10, 500, 100 odds, maybe probably you are just trying to work out on maybe 2 odds, 3 odds, 1.5 odds, and stake big on it, this particular strategy is one of the best strategy for you to go with. Now, if you are to look into the next their stats, this particular game stats, you guys will see that in the last game they played 0-0. That does not concern you for now. All you just need to look into is to look into the games they played at home. Now, if you look at this, and look at this, all the games that they played at home, They were able to score 4 goals in this particular match, score 4 goals in this particular match also, and also score 3 goals in this particular match. And this already qualified for us to predict this particular game as home team over 0.5 goals. Now the next step is to just move on to their head-to-head and see the last 5 games they've played against this particular current opponent while at home. So they played at home against them here and they played 4-1. They played at home here, they played 2-1. Okay, they played at home here, they played 2-0, and it shows that in all the 3 games that they played against their current opponents in the last 5 head-to-head, while at home, you can see that they were able to score at least 2 goals. And this particular game, nothing concern you with who to win or who to lose. You're only concerned about who to score. So you'll be well assured that this particular game will end up as the home team scoring at least a goal in this particular match. So now if you watch this particular video and understand it very well, and you are highly interested in playing games that you just care about is to win, then this particular strategy is one of the best for you to go with. Now I'm going to put you guys I'll give you guys little explanation handicap on how handicap betting strategy really works. There are some things that you need to consider about handicap and what led to the use of handicap betting strategy. Actually, this particular strategy is supposed to have been double chance, because most of the games because if you look at this particular ticket very well, most of the predictions there, for example, in this particular game, I predicted the away team with an handicap of Asia handicap of 2.0 for the away team. Actually, the game was supposed to be predicted as the away team to win this particular game or draw, but in sport betting anything happens, and that is the advantage of handicap betting options. They will save your games. And if you look at other predictions too, most of it this one predicted as home team handicap of Asia handicap of plus 1.0, and the game ended up at 0-0. And this also too, most of the games are expected to be predicted as a double chance, which is either home or draw or away or draw. And if you guys look into this particular game also, you guys can see that there is home team over 0.5 goals, and there are some factors that are considered before I just decided to conclude on predicting it as home team over 0.5 goals. Although this particular game did not fully qualify to be predicted as home team over 0.5 goals, but I just decided to risk this particular game because one of the factors in checking the stats, I think the factor there didn't complete, and I just feel like, okay, let me just play it and go on with it. And looking at this, you can see many of home team over 0.5 goals in my ticket, and and handicap predictions. So purpose of using the handicap predictions is just to save your game. And if you want to learn the process of predicting handicap betting, there are some ways that you can follow. I've made some videos on how to predict double chance betting strategy in this particular channel before. You can watch those videos, but there are some other steps that I take to predict my handicap betting strategies. In case you want to join us on our masterclass tutorial group, or you want to have a personal tutorial on some betting strategies, you can join us on our social media platform. And don't forget to join our Telegram channel for daily updates on our latest video, and once in a while big tips and big odds. And also don't forget to join our WhatsApp VIP group for daily odds using this particular betting strategy of VIP. We focus more on handicap betting strategy on our VIP group. So now that international break is over, now we can focus more on our handicap, because most of my handicap does not really work with international games, and I try to just skip that particular period of UEFA Nations League. I just because playing your games on cup games like maybe cup, Euro Trophy, or anything something like that, your prediction may not be accurate. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video, and don't forget to bet responsibly, and subscribe to our channel if you are just joining us. Drop your comment in case you have any question regarding to our strategies. See you guys in the next video. Bye.